Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf Shir sponsor Lui Nishma Sam Yaakov Shalom Le'am Basitzchok. We're holding over the Zara Daf Test. The Gemara in the end of Amud Beis says something fascinating. The Gemara brings two Gersoros. One says that 400 years and one says 403 years after the Churban Habayis, one should not purchase a field. And the way Rashi explains it is because if you're going to purchase the field, it's going to be worthless because soon Mashiach is coming. So don't buy any real estate, even if it's very, very cheap. It's not worth it to buy the real estate. That's how Rashi explains the Gemara. So the Ritva already points out in Rashi, he says, okay, but that time passed. So what are we going to do with that time? Says the Ritva, you have to say, that similar to what we spoke about the 6,000 years, last 2,000 years as Moisei Mashiach. So we're saying there is, you could have Mashiach come there, but it didn't come. It says the Ritva, it's a big doichek to say that's the pshat in the Gemara. Says the Ritva something else. He says, that this time, the 400 years or 403 years, is a time which is royal Geulah. And if there will be too many Averis and Mashiach won't come, so then that time will be a time of terrible tsaris. Terrible Golios will be in Am Yisrael. So what the Gemara is telling us, says the Ritva, if Mashiach comes, anyway you're going to leave your land to go to Eretz Yisrael. And if Mashiach won't come, there'll be so many tsaras that you're going to lose your land. So it's anyway, don't purchase land during that time. And this sugya and this Rashi and the Ritva really give us a key to understand the idea of Chishuv HaKitzim. We mentioned it already in Perek Chelik. The Gemara tells us, Tipach Ruchov Shemechash V'Kitzim, that a person should not try to mechash ben the kates. But we do have the Rishonim a lot speak about the time of the kates. And it's already brought down in Chazal. And the shaila is, how do we treat the cheshbon of the kates? So the Minchas Elazar in his Sefer Divrei Torah, Chelik Beis Oy Tzadik Daled, he points out, he says, look at our Rashi and our sugya. Rashi is after the time of the 400 years of Churban Habayis. And Rashi is writing his Pirush and is explaining the Gemara with no hesitation. He doesn't say, he doesn't say, that time passed. He explains Pashut Pshat the Gemara. The Gemara says, this is the time of the gates. Says Rashi, don't buy land, Mashiach is coming. So says that Minchas Elazar, this Rashi is unbelievable. Rashi is already after that time and he just writes it with no hesitation. What's Pshat in the Rashi? So sends us the Divrei Torah to the Bnei Yissachar in Ma'amori Sivon Ma'amarhei Oishu Test. It's a very long piece in the Bnei Yissachar where they're speaking about emuno and how one has to have emuno and everything that it says without going with proofs. You don't have to have any proof or rayas to show us that the Torah is true, what HaKadosh Baruch Hu says it's true, and the Nevuos are true. And within the word there, says the Bnei Yissachar, what about all the kitzim that we have that seem to come and to pass? Says the Bnei Yissachar, you should know that every ketz that is written in the Chazal and the Rishonim, they all are emes. And he brings the Chazal and Sefer HaZoyar and Mender Shanel on Daf Kuf Lamed Tes Amud Beis that says there clearly that the Geulah is going to be in Hei Alofim Shnas Tafches. That's when the Geulah is going to be. That's Chazal and Sefer HaZoyar. So what do you do with these times? So it says in Bnei Yissachar, when the Mashiach will come, we're going to see how all these dates did have a significant movement towards the Geulah. How did that work? How these days are shaykh to Geulah if the Mashiach didn't come? We don't understand this. But there's something happening, and he goes on to explain Api in Yenei Kabbalah, that when there's a day that something occurs in the world, it goes up, it is Mashpia and Shamayim up there. And the Hasid Lavoi, these days will be revealed with all the power that they have. He brings a remez dovak. It says, Hinei yomim boim nu'um Hashem. The word boim, you read it, but it's not written. It's kri v'lo ksiv. What does it come to tell me? There are days that are coming, but I can't even write them because they're not in the realm of time of this world. They belong to higher spheres. There are days that are there, but in this world, we don't see any of these days. These days are past already. Those days, something happened in Shamayim during those days, and they're part of the system of Geulah, and we don't really understand it, but we have to believe in it. Maybe one can add that when there is an opportunity for Geulah, and there is a hashpah in the world for Geulah, and Am Yisrael are now ready for the Geulah, the way it's revealed in the world is with some tsaras, because these tsaras are getting us closer to Geulah. That's what the Ritva mentions by us, that if Mashiach is not coming in the year 400 to Churban Habayis, so Am Yisrael will be in tsaras. And Chazal and Sefer HaZoyar that the Bnei Yissachar sends us to, what does it speak about? The year Tafches. Tach Vetat was one of the worst years that Am Yisrael experienced in Golus. Gzeras tak v'tat, or this terrible suffering that Am Yisrael had. So Mamish, you see b'chush, it's a time of Geulah, and if there's no Geulah, there's tsaris, not because the tsaris are in lieu of the Geulah, but the tsaris are the way that brings us closer to the Geulah. And Lasid Lavo, we're going to go back and see all these opportune times for Geulah, and how they were revealed in the world, and how they were mashpia up there in Shamayim to bring us close to Mashiach, to see to understand how all that is the process of Geulah. All the kitzim that we have is another time to get closer to the Geulah. And that's why Minchas Elazar is pointing out that this is the pshat in our Gemara too. That's why Rashi writes it as a simple thing. Year 400 is the time of a kates. But it passed. The fact that it passed is not mashpia on the fact that that day was a day of kates. Anyone who wants to join Shomachshava email us to what's good, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.